morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to talk about the recent restock of 151 over in Japan, and we need to ask the question, was it enough? Because you see, I've been talking lately about a bunch of stuff going on in Japan, and basically, it's been largely fixed. Like, Mask of Change isn't being done by lottery. How wonderful is that? They took away the lottery. On the day that Mask of Change, last Friday in fact, Mask of Change came out in Japan, and I woke up in the morning, I took my kids to school, and then I just casually sat down and ordered 2 boxes of Mask of Change. Purchase limit of 2, but that's fine. It was in stock, ready to go, and I'm here 4 days later as I record this. No, I'm lying to you. 5 days later, still casually in stock. Easy to pick up. We've seen Shiny Treasures EX, a set which did actually sell out properly on release. That's been in stock over on the Pokémon Center for a while at this stage, basically. It's just there. No ifs, buts, or maybes, no issues. I've actually bought a couple of boxes. I bought 1 box, and then recently I bought another couple of boxes. And the next time I shop on the Pokémon Center Japan, I'm probably going to order another couple. It's just sitting there. There were 2 sets that were proving awkward to pick up in Japan, and that was 151 and Ruler of the Black Flame, the Charizard set. What we got as Obsidian Flames. And Ruler of the Black Flame, we're not going to do a big video about this. That is fixed. The lovely Antoine Boulet is in Japan right now, and they told me the other day you can pick it up below retail in Japan. And if I go onto the Pokemon Center right now over in Japan, I can just buy 2 boxes of this, and it's just sitting there at retail. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. Purchase limit of 2. Off we go. Ruler of the Black Flame was, for a while, one of the sets that was awkward to pick up. That time has passed. Ruler of the Black Flame is there. It's available. The stock levels have been fixed. And again, this has been in stock for, and we can measure it in weeks, not days at this point. It's been in there for a few weeks. And it's just sitting there chilling. It's available. It's awesome. Pokemon fixed it. And in fact, in terms of, certainly from Ruler of the Black Flame on, stock is just fixed in Japan. They've managed to fix all of their stock issues. All the sets are readily available. I can go on the Pokemon Center right now and buy everything from Ruler of the Black Flame onwards. You ready for it? Except for 151. Image on the screen, we've got Scarlet and Violet 3, Ruler of the Black Flame. 4, we've got Ancient Raw and Future Flash. 4A, we've got Shiny Treasures EX. 5, we've got Cyber Judge and Wild Force. 5A, we've got Crimson Haze. And 6, we've got Mask of Change. Now, to be fair, I said from Ruler of the Black Flame on, 151 is not actually Ruler of the Black Flame on. It was the set before. It was Scarlet and Violet 2A. And this has been the big set over in Japan since it came out. It has been the set which has proven difficult to get hold of. And there has been a fairly sizable restock in the past couple of weeks over in Japan. Has it fixed it? Well, look, I just told you Ruler of the Black Flame was fixed. I told you in like 2 minutes and showed you that it's just still in stock on the Pokemon Center. I just told you 151 is not in stock on the Pokemon Center. So has the restock fixed it? No, but it's not quite that simple. So I know I missed this annoyingly, and I'm not happy about this. But it turns out there was actually a little restock on the Pokemon Center online. It's 10 packs per person, not sold in a box. Shout out to PokeGet Info Main for sharing this. It went up this morning, and I missed it. Now, in my defense, it went up at 4 in the morning. I was asleep, and by the time I got to it, it was sold out. But there was actually a restock on the Pokemon Center online this morning. The thing is, it sold out super quickly, and it was 10 packs per person, and they weren't sold in a box. So, yeah, and that's actually important because not sold in a box means that you don't guarantee a super rare, etc., etc. You don't guarantee a Master Ball Hollow and all of that. The 151 restock, from everything I can see, has been quite big. And yet, it doesn't seem to have been enough. Now, at this stage, I do actually need to give a little bit of a shout out because I actually got very, very lucky. The lovely Alex's Cruising actually hooked me up with a box from Okinawa over in Japan. It actually just arrived, and I did actually get a box to take part in this restock, which is amazing. But I do think there's something kind of interesting about the fact that it came from Okinawa. The reason, essentially, if anyone's wondering, is Okinawa is not the easiest Pokemon Center to get to, which means that it is going to be able to hold stock of stuff like this a little bit more easily than some of the other Pokemon Centers, but because you've got to kind of make a separate trip out there. So it does mean that Okinawa Pokemon Center does keep stock in a little bit better than any of the ones in like Tokyo or Osaka possibly could. But unfortunately, the fact of the matter remains that it's not cheap still. We still haven't got to the point where it's nice and cheap. And if I Google at the moment, 151 Japanese booster box, I mean, Silvermine TCG has got them listed for 90 quid. I've not looked at postage or anything along those lines. This is just an example. Don't use any of these shops without checking everything, etc. yourself. But there's just a whole line of boxes for about 100 quid. Now, if the restock truly was enough, if it truly was huge and amazing and brilliant, it would be bringing the price down quite significantly. The fact that they are, shops are selling them for over £100 is, shall we say, not ideal. If we go and have a look on eBay for a booster box of 151 Japanese, you're paying about $100 if you're lucky. Now, to be clear, that there are some boxes being sold unopened, without shrink wrap, whatever. Don't trust them. And look, I'm not saying never trust them, and I'm not saying don't use your own instinct. I'm saying that it's so open to the boxes to be manipulated. If you're comfortable and happy doing so, then by all means do. Just remember your old pal Wassy told you that they are not necessarily to be trusted. They are not cheap nowadays, unfortunately. There has been a massive restock, but apparently not massive enough. It has not brought the price down. I mean, it was such a big thing that people actually shared, for instance, this tweet from PokeColabo_S. There were police at the restock in some stores because people were so worried about the fervor for 151. That is unusual, frankly. Having police there to try and keep people in line when a TCG restock happens, that is not generally the done thing. And the problem is, if you're not actually on the ground over in Japan with a bunch of contacts, even just knowing where to go and pick this stuff up is a real pain. Like I said, I managed to get one from a lovely person over in the Okinawa Pokemon Center. But like, if you're in the middle of Tokyo, where do you even go? The Pokemon Centers are going to be sold out super quickly. And it's not like Amazon's going to help you. Because I hate to break it to you, ladies and gentlemen. Amazon is not going to help you. Amazon is not a good place to buy Pokemon Card 151. It is not cheap. And also, you've got to be so careful when you're trying to buy on Amazon, because there's so many listings that use a picture of a box, but it's one pack or it's 10 loose packs. And with Japanese boxes, like I say, although there are exceptions, you get weird boxes sometimes, but it's generally one Master Ball per box, one secret rare per box. So yes, you absolutely can open up Japanese boxes, pull the secret rare, pull the Master Ball Hollow and go, right, I'm off. I'm going to sell the rest of these boxes cheap. Amazon's got it for like 12,500 yen. And I'm not saying this is necessarily a trustworthy, believable one. It's just the top one I could find that seems to be in stock. 12,500 yen. It's actually only $80. It is actually cheaper than we're finding it in other places, weirdly. But I still don't think it's a particularly good price. So yes, there was a massive restock of Pokemon Card 151 in Japan. That absolutely happened. You know, look at this picture from Culture Shocks. Again, not supporting any of these shops, not recommending any of these shops, just using some of them as examples. You have to decide for yourself which shops you want to use. But if I'm going to use that picture, it's probably only fair I give them credit for having used it. The point is, there was a sizable restock. And this is nothing. I've seen some shops with way more than this. I just don't have the pictures to hand, annoyingly. But the fact is that actually the restock has not been big enough. The set has come in, but it's a little bit all over the shop. And it does seem to be, unfortunately, going away. Maybe there'll be another restock in the future. Like I've said, this is the only set. From here on, after this, every set in Japan is readily available now. And as I've said in a few videos recently, that is weird. The idea of any Japanese set being readily available is bizarre. Because when I went to Japan in August, you literally couldn't buy booster boxes of anything. No, I did not buy a single booster box in Japan, and you know me, I would have done. They just weren't any. It's great that every other set is available, but to put it bluntly, the 151 restock was not enough. Right, that's what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this. Tell me if you've picked up 151. Tell me if you care about Japanese 151. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Andrew Kincaid, who is a very lovely person who you might have seen in a play lab at events, because they're that lovely. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.